So we're heading out to the property today. This is from the last rainstorm. It's been very green out here. Very good. So we're gonna go ahead and get my butt back in the car because I think I see a bull looking straight at me. But this is the green. All throughout this area. Oh, he walked away after he saw me move. See, he's walking away. All right, these are white-lined sphinx moth caterpillars. That's what they are. They do damage to crops and stuff, but I don't have any crops here, so I'm not really worried about them. They are a humongous moth that looks like it's about 3.5 inches long, and the wingspan is just as large. We've seen them around here a couple of times, but look at how good this tree's doing. So the one thing I've found, especially along the Guadalupe, is that oak trees have struggle along the wind. And what happens is that a lot of the growth happens down here, and it'll grow a big group of stems. Oh look, here's another one. Here's another one. But they say that this stinger right here is not a stinger, it's a horn, and that is what identifies that caterpillar. So, but we definitely need to get a quicker growing tree though, just so we can get that. So yeah, here's the plan. That's the area. Whew, nice. All right. All right, so we finally got this beam burnt, and now we're oiling it. This is for a project later on, but we don't want to ruin the wood before we get to do it. So we'll put it back on the pile that it goes to, and we're gonna start packing up. It's very hot, and it's kind of been draining, so we're just gonna get this finished and then done. This is gonna be the new foundation area until we figure something out. We're gonna put those down, and then we're gonna turn the ones that are currently in there 90 degrees. Give it a bigger footprint, so maybe it won't sink. See, the rock still sunk. This one's still sunk. And then the ones in the back are really sunk. So the whole trailer is kind of shifted to the left. Just as that one is too. So we're going to fix this one first, and then we'll work on that one. We'll try to move it a little bit over when we can, since we'll have it up in the air anyway, and then get it sat down and pushed. But that's what we got. All right, later. All right, so this cabinet we picked up from a lady in Carlsbad who apparently her husband made it for her, and it was $50. So with the gas and how much this thing actually costs, you couldn't get this by making it yourself for cheaper. You couldn't have done it. All right, $50. Like I said, I think it was half a tank of gas to go to there and back, and then $50 for this, so $75 really. And As you can see, there's more than that in the wood itself. But look at these cabinets. Now, like I said, it's a sewing cabinet, but we're going to use it as a makeshift kitchen for now until we get the cabinet back together. And then I think Lorraine says she wants to use it as an office. So, you know, we'll clean it up, get it pledged and polished. And there you go. Go ahead. And then look, there's even another cabinet underneath that closes down. There's some things we're going to need to repair and get it to fix, but I think that's due to the cracked piece of plywood down there. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's pretty good, I guess. Lorena loves it. That's all that matters. Right? She's like, yes, she's very happy with her purchase. So, but yeah, we got to get a little magnet to keep this thing up because it just wants to keep falling. I don't know how it stayed up in the past, but
It did good keeping it.
But it was pretty good. This actually gave me an idea for the van to get cabinets made for the inside to be able to hold stuff in there. So, because that actually worked out pretty well. Maybe a little smaller, a little lighter, but yeah. All right, we'll get this. Careful, girl. Almost got that on video. So it's been 1 week since the last cut. Lorena went out to Austin, had herself a good old time at a teacher convention. And she's started the school system at school again. So it's been interesting. But it's been raining almost every night. And we have ourselves a lot of greenery here on the property. And, you know, we still have some dead spots, but look at that. All that green out there. The unfortunate thing is that with the rain, the trailers have sunk a little bit more. So I think that's what we're going to try to do today is focus on getting them back up. I'm going to change the rotation of the foundation blocks to give them a wider stance. We've already burnt them and oiled them from the last week, so we're gonna try to take care of that. Ants, look at all them. Woo, crazy, right? And then our tree, we already came through and watered everything. But I've plucked off the bottom pieces to kind of encourage the growth in the upper portion of the tree. But look at how this bad boy is doing. It has definitely made some progress in that last week. And then blocking the blueberry bush has also gotten some more growth coming. You know, because it'll shade for a good portion of the day. So it's not under constant beratement of sun and wind. So it's actually starting to look good again. I know it's a little late in the season to actually be worried about real blueberries or anything like that. Besides, it's what? Usually takes 2 years for the blueberries to actually come back. So, but this is our guy right now. There's a lot of improvement since we first bought them, as you guys notice. And then our little mesquite trees. I mean, they're slow growing trees anyway, but they're doing well, at least these two guys and the other one that's off to the side. Right, what I do is I try to pluck some of the green, mix it in with the dirt that they have. So we're gonna do that, and then I got a new inverter for the battery. So we're also gonna take care of that so we can run the refrigerator again, which is a good thing. And then yeah, we'll move on from here. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is do the inverter so we can actually have the refrigerator going. All right. Yeah. So, oh, butterfly. Hopefully I get it. Yeah, little butterfly. It's getting to be that time of year already where they start doing their migration and they come through here looking for flowers. A lot of little flies and big flies and butterflies. So, but that's it right now. We'll get back to you when we're doing something important. All right, bye. Well, there is at least 3 black widows in here. And I just put my hand in that damn spider web. So there's one there. And then there's one over here. And there might be another one somewhere else. So after finding the black widows and dispatching them, we're going to go ahead and change out the inverter. And we're going to add a standoff and some holes to help with the ventilation flow of the inverter. In the meantime, Lorraine put some more dirt, mixed them up a little bit. So just to give it some additional nutrients. She just threw it right there. Oh, okay. That just was left over. All right. But it's becoming, we're definitely making a nice little sponge here. And that's for future growth here when we actually start to get another tree. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? Like that flower and this flower right here. Isn't it beautiful? All right, so I got the new inverter. Put it on. I actually got a gap underneath. And I drilled some holes in the back. Because there is an opening or like a vent screening on the bottom for ventilation to keep it cooler. Hopefully that'll work and keep it going for more than a year. The last one failed out at 9 months, so now I'm gonna put the next piece back on and plug it up and we'll get it running again. All right, so this is what I meant by that it's sunk. See, it pushed the rocks out from collapsing, and then this one is even further in. So, and you see that block? That block was able to fit underneath it pretty evenly before, and now it's a problem. So I think it's more of the high heel situation. You know, the way that it's turned is basically not giving enough space for it to spread out that weight. But look at that one. That one is completely into the ground. So this one, you can't even see the block too. So we're gonna go ahead and fix those. Then we might actually go and get cement blocks and put it further down the way. All right. Just picking up rock so we can smooth it out a little. And we'll get to work. All right, so this is what I meant by moving it 90 degrees and widening the footprint. So I have this one 2x6 or 2x12. I'm sorry, it's 2x12 underneath the 4x6, and then the 4x6 turned 90 degrees. Give me a wider footprint spread over that thing instead of it pushing down into the soil like that. Wow, this thing is whining. Woo! Move that all out of the way. Open it up, let some airflow in there. Thank you, love. All right, let's get going with the next part. All right, so we got this side up. I'm gonna come back later, do the rest of it. So you'll spread them out a little bit more. But see how much that came up? So we're probably gonna get some extra boards, shove them up on their 4 feet. We might actually get the concrete blocks for the rest of it, and then just put wood with shims in there just to help keep it from sinking too much. But as you can see, this right here, these were able to move in and out, and now look at them. They're pretty much jammed up underneath there, except for that one. But it's hot, so we're getting tired and grouchy at each other. So we're gonna call it a day. Go home, sit in the air conditioning, do some work in the office area, and move on. But in the meantime, enjoy this video of our little jackrabbit on our property. Bye.